Okay, Sunbutt Part 4. This is a non-canon, as with all the rest of them. Side story, Part 4. Say yes to the dress. My lungs were burning, my leg muscles screaming, and I had a painful stitch in my side. I couldn't stop running though, because if I did so, bad things will happen. Scary things, inhumane things, things that were too horrible to comprehend. I could hear her behind me, her hooves pounding away at the marble floors, like death swiftly approaching. As I sprinted around the corner, I chanced to glance quick over my shoulder, only to squeal loudly in fear. Normally I would be horrified by the feminine sound that had just escaped my lips, but given my current situation, I didn't care. They're still behind me was Rarity, a look of gleeful determination on her face. Bits of cloth and fabric floated around her head, suspended in her blue magic. There were even some ribbons and frill where she had gotten them. I don't know. My pupils shrunk and I put on an extra burst of speed, trying to expand the distance between us. "Come on, darling, this is a great opportunity," Rarity cried. "No," I shouted back over my shoulder. "Leave me alone." I thought I was in the clear by running away, figuring that someone like Rarity wouldn't chase after me, for fear of messing up her mane or getting too sweaty. I didn't take into account her determination, her desire to design new clothing. "Think of the new designs I could make," she shouted, trying to reason with me. "Think of all the outfits I could make for the female humans. It will expand my repertoire as well as my customer base." "Go find a female human then," I yelled, ducking down a side corridor, my bare feet sliding slightly on the polished marble. Reaching a flight of stairs, I began to descend 2 steps at a time. "I already have," came the shouted reply. Damn, Max. I'm a bit salty because every time I read, there's always noise in the background. "I'm not interested." "But just look at yourself, darling," Rarity cried. "You have the perfect body for this." "What part of no don't you understand?" I snarled as I leapt down the last 4 steps. As I raced down the hall, several maids stuck their heads out of the rooms they were cleaning to watch. The amount of shock on their faces would usually be enough to cause me to laugh. However, considering my current situation, I couldn't find the humor in it. Since coming to Equestria, I have done several things that have been out of my comfort zone, but modeling a dress for Rarity was not going to be one of them. "This will only take a second, dear," she shouted, sounding slightly out of breath. Glancing over my shoulder, I saw that her face was red and she was huffing and puffing for air. This caused me to smile inwardly. "Rainbow Dash? She is not." "It took you 2 hours to fit me for a suit," I shouted as I returned my attention to what was in front of me. That was a three-piece suit, darling," Rarity huffed, sounding more and more winded. "This is a dress, much more simple. It'll take less time, I swear." The answer's still no. Dashing around the corner, I grabbed a hold of a nearby door's handle, nearly pulling my arm out of its socket in the process, quickly forcing the door open and stepped inside and closed the door. A moment before Rarity came hurtling around the corner, I could hear her hooves skidding on the marble, and she squawked indignantly as she tried to regain her balance. Leaning carefully on the door, I pressed my ear against it, listening. I held my breath as the sound of hoofsteps stopped right outside the door. "Oh, goodness," Rarity wheezed, her voice muffled through the wood. "How can he move so fast?" I heard her take a deep breath before swallowing. A brief pause followed before the sound of hoofsteps could be heard again, fading as she ran off down the hall. I waited a few seconds before exhaling slowly. With a weak chuckle, I closed my eye and sagged against the door in relief. Laughing weakly, I took a deep breath, trying to calm my pounding heart. "Thank God it's over," I thought as I slid slowly to the floor. However, before I could get comfortable, a low chirping noise made me freeze. I opened my eye only to blanch when I saw a room full of humans staring at me. Okay, that's bad. Perhaps you're a female. A room full of male humans, all of whom were eyeing me with predatory glares. Swallowing thickly, I slowly got to my feet, careful to not make any sudden movements. They were all giving me hungry looks, some of them even borderline excited, and was that one drooling? Ew! Wait, my stomach dropped as I suddenly remember what time of year it was. It was spring, the time where the weather gets warmer, the animals awaken from hibernation, and when the Christian humans went into heat. And so I happen to currently be female. As one of the nearby humans took a cautionary yet eager step forward, I growled, "Luna, I'm gonna fucking murder you." The end. Alright, guys. Goddamn. Anyways, this is not part of the actual story. It's just an actual interlude, so it's not part of the story. Like, all the other interludes have been part of the story, but this one isn't. I don't think the Christmas one is either. Anyways, that's the end for the Sunbutt interlude. Anyway, guys, thank you all for watching and listening. Like you guys do, and I'll see you guys in the next chapter. Goodbye.
100,000 stories have filled my head.